are back with another FA Cup discussion, and this season is already going quick and fast. Away from the Premier League and the Carabao Cup, let's turn our attention to the FA Cup, where the magic never stops, actually. And for Spurs, I mean, if you're a Spurs fan, this video is probably not something you would like to watch. But for me, Arsenal are going through a lot. But when I look at Spurs, I smile, and I know that yes, can't be that bad. And things have been going terribly for Spurs in the Premier League. I think the only place where they're having it a little decent is probably, the Europa League. But they just got knocked out of the EFL Cup after leading in the first leg. 4-0 loss to Liverpool. And now they face Aston Villa in the FA Cup. So, Victor, just a quick and straightforward question. If Spurs lose to Aston Villa, is this the end of the road for Postecoglou?
I think I've said this last week, and I'm still of the opinion that this one, the game against Villa, is the one that his Spurs career hinges on. And look, they lost to Liverpool, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think pretty much everyone was expecting them to get knocked out.
Yeah.
The problem here isn't that they lost, but the manner of the defeat. They showed nothing, no shots on goal, 0.18 xG. No one in that Tottenham team came out of this game looking even remotely credible, maybe with the exception of Richarlison. Got injured in the first half, came off at 1-0, blessings in disguise and all that. The problem with this defeat now is if you're Postecoglou, how do you lift your team? How do you lift your players and have them go again, especially against a team like Villa? You could have had more luck with the draw and get someone like Leyton Orient, right? Personally, I think Spurs are out of this cup before the tie has even begun. And I'll be very, very surprised if Postecoglou is still the Tottenham manager when the round of 16 in the Europa League comes around.
Yeah, fair enough. I think we can all agree with that assessment. Anyways, over to you, Max. I know it's still early days in the competition, but if you have one eye on the fixtures, you could already sort of predict some sides that would probably go through. But yeah, even though it's still early days, which side or which team for you look like favorites to win the FA Cup?
Well, it has to be a team that doesn't compete in Premier League, and maybe not in Europa League or Champions League. So it might be some team like Newcastle, probably. Maybe Nottingham Forest, but I guess they'll fight for top four, or probably even United if they're out of Europa League in late stages. So I guess some team of this.
Yeah, fair enough. I like how you stuck in United though. That's a good one. Yeah. But yeah, so as usual, Victor, the FA Cup always gives us, one upset per round, and I think it's something we're getting used to at the moment. But if you've looked at the fixture list, particularly for the games between the EPL teams and those from other tiers, do you think there's any game that has a potential of an upset?
I feel like there's three of them, to be honest. Wolves are
Okay.
definitely going to be much more concerned about their league form and not bothering too much with the FA Cup, which, let's be reasonable, they won't be winning anyway.
Mm.
At the same time, Ipswich and Southampton are so bad, especially Southampton. I think if we at EPL News put together a team, we're probably knocking them out. So I would say, yeah, at least one of these three goes out this round. But I'm mostly looking at Wolves.
Okay, so Wolves taking on Blackburn. So you think
Yeah,
Blackburn can knock them out?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyways, over to you, Max. We already know that Premier League sides are always at an advantage in the FA Cup, judging from when they join the competition and strength of their squad and whatnot. But what are the chances of a non-Premier League side winning the competition? It could be a championship side, it could be from anywhere, but what are the chances?
There's always a little chance, but not this year, I guess. Maybe only Leeds can do something and climb like top four or top eight, but not high, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. Victor, do you share the same sentiment?
Pretty much, yes. They would need a lot, and I mean a lot of luck, draw-wise especially, to have the stars align that strong teams keep knocking each other out, and then get someone like Brighton or Fulham in the final. I'm sorry, I would love to see it, especially whether it's Leeds or even Doncaster from League Two, but it won't happen this season. No.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Then moving over now to Premier League, all Premier League affair in this round. What are the chances of Brighton knocking out Chelsea, and also the same for Leicester City against United?
Hmm. There are arguments for both, actually. If you look at Brighton, they're a well-drilled team. You know that 7-0 loss aside, they've played some good football, just not that effective. Leicester, on the
Yeah.
other hand, have not exactly been up to EPL standards. But then again, neither have United been up to their own standards for about a decade now. So I think somehow I would be a bit less surprised seeing Leicester go past United than Brighton go past Chelsea. And probably due to Chelsea's the squad depth. Even after sending so many players out on loan last month, they still have enough, basically.
Okay, so it's time for predictions as usual. Some of them are going to be rather straightforward, and some of them will be quite tricky. Victor, I'm curious to see your thoughts on Wigan versus Fulham.
3-1 Fulham.
What of
I
United versus? Yeah.
no, I was just going to say Fulham are just a little bit too strong to be knocked out by a non-prem team.
Fair enough. And although I think anything can happen in that game, but yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
What of United versus Leicester?
1-1. United goes through with a goal in injury time of second half extra time. Fergie time
Oh,
to the extreme, basically.
okay. Then the top one, Aston Villa Tottenham.
Villa Tottenham, I know it's going to sound bad, but 5-1 Villa.
Wow, 5-1 Villa. I mean, I'll take that anyways, even though I don't see it happening, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Then over to you, Max. Brighton, Chelsea.
Actually, I guess Brighton can go through. So I'll bet 2-2 in regular time and 3-2 in extra time, Brighton.
Okay, then Southampton, Burnley.
Uh, 0-0 and Southampton goes through in penalty.
Everton, Bournemouth.
Mm, this one is pretty hard.
Definitely.
I'd say 2-1 Everton, actually. I think
Mm,
I think Bournemouth
fair
won't
enough.
care about this tournament, actually.
Fair enough. Plymouth, Liverpool.
1-5 Liverpool.
And just the final one, Victor. Leighton Orient versus City.
4-0 City.
4-0 City.
Only 4.
I would have gone with 6-0, but yeah, 4-0 works too as well.
Well, actually, it has to be a
So
second roster, so yeah, might be only 4.
okay. Fair enough. So the FA
Just,
Cup is looking, yeah,
just to ask you for one prediction quickly.
yeah,
What do you
sure.
think for Wigan Fulham? Since you said it
Wigan,
could go either way.
Wigan, Fulham. I actually think Wigan can go through. They could play
Okay.
1-1, and I actually think Wigan can go through. And why I think that is, I do agree that Fulham are the way stronger side, but their defense is not the best, and Wigan can score. Wigan can
Okay.
definitely score them. So if they were to score first, it could be difficult. So yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's just my assessment. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, so I think the FA Cup is still looking rather straightforward at this period. But by the time we come for another preview of the FA Cup, it's going to be, a very interesting time by that point because we are going to be seeing maybe more of the big boys in quotes facing each other, and it will be much more difficult to predict. So I think that's where the competition is going to heat up. And of course, we at TPL News will be here to give you all the best bits. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and give your comments in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the upcoming FA Cup fixtures? Which sides could cause an upset for Premier League sides in the coming round? And who are the favorites to win the competition early on? All of that and many more when we come in our next FA Cup preview.